Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title, today we're going to be talking about how to actually lose the unwanted weight for summertime. So we actually only have 90 days, but don't worry if you're not happy with where you are right now. In today's video I'm going to go over what you can do, what you can start implementing into your life, so by the time that summer actually comes you are feeling much happier, much better with your body, and so that you are much more confident within yourself. If you want a step-by-step program that includes personalized nutrition, hundreds of high protein recipes, a complete 12-week workout plan, and more, then my 90-day transformation program will be perfect for you. Pay once, get access straight away, and keep it forever. All for just £1 per day. Check the link in the description to get started. So I think we can just start from the most important thing, which is obviously your nutrition. So as you know, to lose that weight, to lose that fat tissue, we want to be in a calorie deficit, which means that we need to eat less than our body burns. I always say that to everyone, that I do recommend to go between 10 and 20% below your maintenance. If you have problems with finding what your maintenance calories are, you can just message me on Instagram with the word calculator, and I will send you my page that all of the girls that are inside my group coaching program have access to. This is a website where you will be able to find a calorie calculator that will calculate what is your calorie maintenance, and I'm also going over how to actually calculate your calorie deficit. So I'll be waiting for all of you to message me there, and so I will send that to you. However, it's not all, because if we actually want to look toned, look sexy, feel sexy, we actually want to keep our muscle mass. So to keep our muscle mass, we have to make sure that our diet is first of all high in protein. Losing weight and losing fat tissue, those are completely two different things. If we are thinking about that nice toned physique, we're actually thinking about someone who have a lot of muscle mass. So if you want to lose that weight, you're probably thinking about losing fat tissue, not just weight. And honestly, protein is your best friend when it comes to losing that fat tissue. First of all, it's going to keep you fuller for longer, but it's also going to help your body to maintain the muscle mass that you already have. You should be having between 1.6 and 2.2 grams of protein per 1 kilogram of muscle mass, not pound, kilogram. So if your weight is, let's say, 60 kilo, that's about 96 to 132 grams of protein. I would say that if you're just starting out with your fitness journey with lifting weights, you can aim for the lower level. However, if you're someone who has been going to the gym, for some time, you have built some nice muscle mass already, definitely go to the higher range, which is, as I said, 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram. Okay, now let's go over the fiber, because it's something that will help you massively in your weight loss journey. So when it comes to fiber, as we know, we have to have at least 5 of those servings of either fruits or vegetables each day. But I would say if you're trying to lose weight, just try to have as much as you actually can have. I'm always saying that to my clients, that just try to have something with each meal, whether that's a fruit or whether that's a side salad, or I don't know, maybe one cut tomato or something. You just want to make sure that you want to have something with each of your meal. When we have enough fiber, first of all, this is really good for our gut health, because obviously we all have those good bacteria in our guts, and fiber is something that's basically feeding those gut bacteria. And if we have a lot of those good gut bacteria, we tend to be less bloated. The other thing is that fiber is actually expanding in our stomach, which makes us fuller for longer and more satisfied after the meal. So when you are jumping on lower calories, make sure that you're not only focusing on calorie deficit, but you're also focusing on high protein diet, high in fiber. But don't be scared of fats and carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are exactly what's going to give you the energy, especially if you are strength training. Make sure that you're actually getting most of your carbohydrates around your workout, so obviously before and after. And when it comes to fats, they are very important in our body, especially for us women, so definitely do not try to reduce any of it. What you want to reduce, however, is all the processed food that you've been consuming. So if you take anything out from this video, let this be that one thing. When we are trying to lose weight, a lot of times I see a huge difference, a massive difference with all of my clients, even when I just tell them to swap more processed food for something less processed. So maybe you are someone who just loves to have a McDonald's or some kind of takeaway. You can actually make it at home, and that way you will save some calories. My other advice would be to try not to reduce any food groups from your diet. There's no bad food when it comes to losing weight. There are some more processed and, you know, less processed foods. The thing is that with those more processed foods, you're gonna hit your calorie goal much faster because they usually have many more calories than those unprocessed foods. But also remember about the balance. I'm always allowing myself and my clients to have something that they actually enjoy, like chocolate, with like literally every single day. You really don't have to cut out everything that you enjoy from your diet, and it's most likely that if you would actually cut out all those foods that you enjoy, that diet wouldn't be sustainable for you. So still have something that you do enjoy, but just make sure that you are swapping most of those unprocessed food that you had before for something a little bit healthier. Okay, another thing is obviously more movement. I feel like this is obvious when it comes to losing weight. So my advice would be, first of all, to have a little bit more movements through doing more steps. So if you're someone who, let's say, have been doing 6,000 steps per day, you don't have to do like 10, 20,000 steps per day from now on, but just try to aim for more and more every day. So I would say if you do 6, maybe do 8,000, of course. Try to remember that everything that you do now have to be sustainable, because to lose that weight, you're actually gonna need, you know, some time. And you want everything that you're doing right now to be sustainable, and it's not gonna be easy. So I want to make things a little bit easier for you by, you know, making those changes not as dramatic as a lot of people do. And that's why they actually not losing weight and they end up giving up on their goal. But obviously steps are not the only thing that you can do. You can do any form of cardio, which might be, I don't know, swimming, cycling, whatever you actually enjoy. A lot of my clients love hiking, especially now that we are close to summer. The weather is much nicer. The sun is finally shining. So basically just try out to find activities that you do actually enjoy. Maybe you wanted to try out something before and you never had a chance. So obviously now when you wanted to lose weight, you actually can try it, you know, maybe some new activities like paddleboarding, maybe some horse riding, maybe some tennis, I don't know. Just try to find out activities that you would enjoy. Trust me when I tell you that your weight loss journey will be much easier and much more enjoyable. Okay, another thing is strength training. So just as I told you at the beginning, if we're thinking about that nice toned body, we're always thinking about someone who actually have the muscle mass. And I want you to know that the more muscle mass we have, the higher metabolism we have, the more calorie we are actually burning when we are resting. So yeah, try not to fear the gym. Strength training, again, this is something that's going to help you massively maintain the muscle mass that we have. Some of you might actually build muscle mass and lose fat tissue at the same time. So try to have, you know, a few sessions per week. I would say 3 to 4 sessions per week, depending where you are at your journey. It doesn't have to be gym. Like, you do a lot of things at home with bands, with maybe some dumbbells. Even if you don't have any equipment, there's always something at home that you can find, like a bottle of water or a backpack with, you know, a few books inside. So just try to be creative and remember that you don't have to go to the gym if you really don't want to, if this is not your thing, but you have to look for the solutions that you can find at home, and that way you can actually do your workouts from home. Another very important thing when it comes to losing fat tissue, losing weight, is actually recovery. Our body and our mind as well need that downtime when we just don't do much. Also on those days, I would say try to keep your cortisol level in check, which means you have to find ways to manage your stress as well, because obviously if we're having those rest days but we are stressing all the time, we are on the phone all the time, we are watching TikToks, Instagram, we're watching other people, this is not actually a proper rest day. You want to have at least 1 or 2 days for yourself, for, you know, the things that you like. Maybe go for a walk with your friend, go for a coffee, do some stretching, maybe watch some nice movie, but try not to watch a movie or like a series where there's a lot of happening, there's a lot of drama. Just try to have like really nice, easy, relaxing days, so then your whole body can just have a break. When we're talking about recovery, obviously sleep is so important, and there's a lot of studies that actually shows that if we are not getting enough sleep, it is much harder for us to lose that weight. And the first thing is that it's actually messing up our hormones, our hunger hormones. And to all of you watching here, I know that you've had those days when maybe you haven't had that much of sleep as you wanted to, and you're waking up in the morning. First of all, your mood is really bad, you don't have energy for anything, and you just want to grab everything that is so processed that day and that has so many calories, because you obviously your body craving that energy. So this is why on the days when you're not getting enough sleep, you will be more hungry than you normally would without proper night of sleep. So try to aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep, of quality sleep. Remember also that when we are sleeping, our muscle mass is recovering and growing. If you are not sleeping well, trust me that your results won't be as good as they could be. So really just try to focus on that. Okay, another thing about weight loss is that you want to be hydrated all the time. A lot of people are mistaking hunger for just being thirsty. So try to aiming for between 2 and 3 liters of water, plus other things that you might have, like coffee, or like any juices if you like that, but just make sure that you mainly actually drinking water. Remember that our skin, our body is mainly water, so you just have to make sure that you drink enough to see basically all the benefits of weight loss, see the benefits on your skin, on your hair, and on everything. So just make sure to actually drink your water and keep your body hydrated. My tip would be to have a water bottle with you all the time, because sometimes even me, like if I don't have something near me, I then forget to just drink enough water, but I literally have a glass there and I'm looking at it and I just want to drink it. But if it wouldn't be there, I wouldn't even think that I'm thirsty, that I need to drink something. So just have something near you all the time. And also make sure to actually drink even a glass of water in the morning. You can also add electrolytes, especially if you're someone who sweats a lot, who do a lot of heat cardio. So that's the end of the video. I really just wanted to keep it quite short today, but hopefully I actually went over everything. But if that was a little bit overwhelming for you, what I would say, if you're really just trying to start this journey, and you want to feel good but you don't have maybe a lot of time to do all of it, I would just say try to find extra time for some walking. Try to drink more, try to eat healthier. Obviously eating healthier doesn't necessarily mean that you are eating less calories, but by actually eating healthier you'll have more energy, and that way you'll also be more active, and then you can also focus on those other things. And obviously just start small. Start with something that is the easiest for you, and then when you are going to be happy with how things are, you can then add more and more things into it. But try not to be in that mindset of I'm doing everything or I'm not doing anything, because this is usually the problem why people can't lose that weight. They're just jumping on those diets, those high intensity workouts, on those sessions 7 times per week, and this is exactly why they cannot sustain this journey, because it's not sustainable long term. So just think about that, whatever you do, it have to be sustainable, it have to match your lifestyle, it have to match you as a person, and yeah, I'm sure that way you're gonna achieve amazing results. If you're someone who is looking for a coach, I'm more than happy to give you some information on how the coaching with me actually work. You can go on my website, fill out the application form. I'm going to link it down below. I also do have group coaching programs. They are more affordable. They only £75 British pounds per month. So yeah, if this is something you'd be interested in, just have a look at my my description and not my bio. Hopefully the video has helped you. Remember that my DMs are always open on my Instagram if you need any guidance, any help. I'll link it below. Also, don't forget to message me the word calculator if you want the access to the website. Make sure to check all the resources that I've linked in the description below. I have some surprises for you, for those of you who actually stayed until the end. And yeah.